everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. Right folks, so for this video I'm going to be showcasing a release that I never thought I was going to get my hands on. Bit of a holy grail item this. I've been trying to get it for so many years and it's great to finally have it in my collection, and I can't wait to actually showcase it to you. And of course the movie is Dr. Sleep. Now I'm going to say right at the start here that I was slightly disappointed with this release for one reason, and it's a first for me when it comes to Filmarena. But as you can see, there is two XL editions inside this. You get the 4K and the Blu-ray edition. And what's kind of disappointed me is each release comes with postcards and booklets. And for some strange reason, the postcards and the booklet that you get in one release is the exact same postcards and booklets in the other one. Now that has never happened to me before when it comes to a Filmarena release, and I think it is rather lazy. But the one saving grace is both editions do come with very different steelbooks. And look, I'm still very, very happy. It's a release that I always wanted to get, but yes, that was a bit of a shame in terms of the release itself. Now, when it comes to the movie, wow, I cannot stress to you how much I love this movie. To me, it is the perfect sequel. Directed by Mike Flanagan, who is a fantastic horror director, and I genuinely looking forward to seeing what he comes out with next. But he has directed movies like Hush, Oculus, the sequel to Ouija, Before I Wake. He even done another Stephen King adaptation with Gerald's Game. And I think his new movie that is coming out, I think it's another Stephen King adaptation. I think it's called The Life of Chuck. So that's going to be an interesting one. I don't think it's a horror movie. I think it's a kind of a sci-fi drama. So yes, really looking forward to checking that out when it does finally come out. But if you're not particularly aware of Dr. Sleep, it is of course the sequel to The Shining, and it couldn't feel any more different to The Shining. And that's what I mean when it comes to being a perfect sequel. It is very different. You know, it stars Ewan McGregor, who plays Danny, the young kid from The Shining. He's kind of basically this recovering alcoholic. He kind of goes to this small town to get his life back in order, and he does. And he befriends this young girl by his ability to shine. But unfortunately, this young girl, her powers are that strong, it draws the attention of this group. And these group, I don't know if I'm right in saying this, but they're almost like vampires. They actually suck the essence out of you. It's almost like they're sucking the soul out of you. It's a pretty cool concept, but yes, the girl draws the attention of this group. This group are after her, and with the help of Danny, the two of them kind of have to work together to put an end to this lot. But it's a fantastic sequel. I cannot stress to you how fantastic it is. Like I said, tonally speaking, it is so different to The Shining. But it has the moments that brings you right back to The Shining. Like, for instance, the last half an hour of this movie. Now, I'm not ruining this for anyone. I'm sure you are aware of it. But they go back to the Overlook. And Mike Flanagan, my God, he must have went through The Shining with a fine comb brush. Because the attention to detail on the Overlook in this movie is frightening. It is absolutely perfect. You even get to see the door where Jack Nicholson, you know, the famous "Here's Johnny" scene. Even the crack, it's absolutely perfect. I can't stress to you how much I love this movie, and if you have not checked it out, please do. It is such a wonderful sequel. It's a shame in a weird kind of way because it was highly anticipated and they were expecting it to make a lot of money, but unfortunately it wasn't the case. I don't know what way they kind of advertised it. Did they shy away from The Shining? I don't know. But it deserves so much more than what it done in the box office, and I'm kind of hoping that in years to come it will gather a huge cult following, much similar to what we got with The Shining. Fingers crossed that does happen. Now, in terms of special features on this release, you do get 3 featurettes, I think it is, from Shining to Sleep. Mike Flanagan and Stephen King discussing everything that's Shining, everything that's Dr. Sleep. And then, of course, there is the making of Dr. Sleep and the return to the Overlook. 3 featurettes. I haven't actually checked them out as of yet, but I'm definitely interested in checking out the return to the Overlook. Just to see how they managed to put all of that together. Like I said, it looks absolutely incredible. Now, in terms of its 4K picture, it looks exactly how you expect a movie like this to look. It's pristine and it looks absolutely astonishing. It's a showstopper, this one. There is so much fine detail to be seen across the board on the usual suspects, whether it's facial details, clothing and textures, interiors, exteriors of buildings. It looks absolutely amazing. It is amazingly sharp. Now, it's not the most colourful movie you're ever likely to see, but the Dolby Vision that you get here just adds a certain stability to the colours. Everything has a more natural look to it, and that's all I can hope for when it comes to a movie like Dr. Sleep. The black levels are bold and they are deep, and they do add an element of depth to that picture. And no sign of any kind of crushing going on, which is always a bonus. And then of course you get that increased shadow detail that never gets lost even in the darkest of scenes. Like I said, folks, this is a showstopper. And if you have not seen Dr. Sleep on 4K, I honestly can't recommend it enough. Now, it comes with a Dolby Atmos soundtrack, and much like the picture quality, it is quite fantastic. It is very atmospheric, amazingly immersive. It draws you in and it never lets you go. Now, there is one segment that I really have to single out, and it is that scene at the Overlook. That entire segment gets elevated because of how good that Dolby Atmos sounds. Every single channel on your sound system is firing through that entire segment. Even the music score. When they're driving up to the Overlook and they're playing that iconic music, there's just so much power to it, such a presence to it. And it takes you right back to The Shining. What a gift that actually is. So yes, this is a showstopper as well when it comes to its Dolby Atmos. And I honestly can't recommend this one enough, folks. It is quite an amazing disc. Right, folks, so I'm going to take you around this release and I'm going to show you everything that's inside it. So yeah, let's get to it. Right, so here we go, Dr. Sleep. So there is a J card. I'm going to quickly bring it in and let you have a look at it. But as you can see, you got a simple write-up of the movie on top along with its special features, its credits as well, and of course your technical aspects. So that is the J card. Put that to a side. Let's get on with the release itself. Look, there's not much to be said here. You've got Ewan McGregor and Rebecca Ferguson on top there, Stephen King's Dr. Sleep, the next chapter in the Shining story. Everything has a nice bit of spot glossing to it, but it is the red rum that catches your eye right in the middle there. But when you bend the light against it, look at that. You can kind of make out all the cracks in the background there. It's a pretty cool effect. Like 1 minute it's very subtle, but then when you catch the light, it shows you everything. So yes, a lovely bit of spot glossing going on in terms of the actual writing there in the middle. So I'll show you the top of it. You simply got Stephen King's Dr. Sleep. And right around to the bottom, it just shows you your unique number. 94 of 400, so quite a rare edition. This is the spine of the box set. And everything has a lovely bit of spot glossing to it as well. And then right around to the back, and it's much similar to the main artwork, only for it's reversed. You've got Murder. But again, when you subtly bend the light off it, you can see all those cracks again. So a very simplistic bit of artwork for this box set, but I love it. Again, the red background really stands out for me, and of course you got the credits at the bottom as well. So that is the main box set. This is the two editions that we are going to be looking at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the Blu-ray release, and then of course make my way onto the 4K. Right, so here we go. This is the first of two. So I'm going to quickly bring in the J card. And as you can see, you get that unique card that you always get when it comes to Filmarena releases. It comes with your unique number. So yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time with it. Give you an idea of it. So on to this release. So this is a single-sided lenticular XL edition. And I think this is the best artwork that you can get in terms of Dr. Sleep. The lenticular doesn't do a whole lot. It just adds an element of depth to the picture. But as you can see, you got the cast there up in the top, red rum behind them. Of course, Dr. Sleep in the middle, and Danny sitting on his trike in front of those iconic elevator doors. It's great that this artwork was actually featured in this edition. So I'm going to show you at the top of it. You simply got Stephen King's Dr. Sleep. And right to the bottom, and it just shows your number again. And then onto the spine of this one. And everything that you see there in terms of writing has this nice bit of spot glossing to it. And then right around to the back, of course, you've got red rum. Something tells me I'm going to be saying that word quite a bit during this segment. But just much like the hard box, when you kind of bend that light against it, every bit of detail reveals itself. And like I said, it's a pretty badass effect. But the one thing I do love about this as well is that kind of red mist in the background, and along with the black, you know me, I love that colour scheme. I could have done without the credits if I'm completely honest. So that's the back of it, and this is everything that's inside it. So I will open it up, and I think we will start with... I'll start with the steelbook and then make my way onto the others. So this steelbook isn't particularly exciting. It's much like the hard box that I showed originally. Very different colour scheme to it, which is something, but in terms of artwork, it's the exact same. But the red run doesn't light up the way it did on the main box, and it's because there was spot glossing, but it's not here. So it has a simple matte finish to it. So I'll show you the spine of this one. And right around to the back, of course, everything is reversed, and you've got murder. And then, of course, the credits there on the bottom. So I will open the steelbook up in full and let's just have a look at it. But there you have it. So turn it around and you are greeted to your theatrical disc and your director's cut. So what I'll do is I'll just simply remove the disc so I can show the artwork behind the steel. And there you have it. You just got Danny there and red rum in the background. So there you go, folks. That is the steelbook. Just let me quickly put everything back in, and I'll make my way onto the actual collector's card. Actually, no, I'll start with the booklet first. So here we go. And as you can see, it is the same artwork that we've seen on the main XL edition here, minus, of course, the lenticular cover. But at least it gives you a good look at how good it looks. It is quite beautiful. And then when I take it around to the back, of course, you're going to have murder. So this booklet itself is a write-up. Large parts of it is to do with the cast itself. And then I think in the front there, it's a bit about the actual movie. So I'm not going to spend too much time with it, but you get a good idea of it. So there we go. That is the booklet. Let me put that to a side. Let's bring in the collector's cards. So as you can see, that entire colour scheme has continued through this entire set, which is very important. Of course, you just got Dr. Sleep on the spine of it again. And of course, once again, red rum. So open it up and you will see that you're greeted to photo cards and character cards. So I will start with the photo cards first. And the one thing I do like about these is you actually get to see a few behind the scenes stills, like there now. That's one. I think there's maybe around 4 of them altogether. I think it's around 4. Yeah, it is 4. And it's all to do with the director himself, Mike Flanagan. Actually, I like that shot. It's pretty cool. So yeah, that's just a close look at the photo cards. That's the backing of them. It's the same on every single one of them. So put that into a side. Let's bring this back in and take out the character cards. Now, something's telling me this is going to be very, very similar to the photo cards. You've simply got Ewan McGregor there. So yes, there's going to be just a lot more stills. I don't know why they insist in calling them character cards and then other lots calling them photo when they're basically much the same. Of course, you got another behind the scenes one there with Mike Flanagan and the 2 lads. So there you go, folks. I think that's everything that's inside when it comes to these postcard editions. As you can see, the backings are different on some of them. As you can see, them 2 I think were meant to be with the others, but they actually don't fit in. So that is the postcards, folks, and that is everything that you get inside when it comes to this first edition. So let's make our way on to the second. Right, so here we go, edition 2. So this is the 4K release, so I'm going to quickly bring in the J card. And as you can see, the card that you get on this does have different artwork. But as you can see, the number is still matching up. So put that to a side. Let's get on to the edition. And this one couldn't be so much different to the last one in terms of its colour scheme. Now, even though I prefer the artwork on the other one, take nothing away from this one, it is quite brilliant. So as you can see, Ewan McGregor kind of peeking through the crack there. Everything has this lovely bit of spot glossing, that entire bit. It looks absolutely beautiful. And then the bit of writing that you do see, all the red, has a nice bit of spot glossing as well. I love the artwork on this. I love the artwork through the entire set, if I'm completely honest. So that is the main artwork. I'm just going to show you the top of that. It's much the same as the last one. Stephen King's Dr. Sleep, and the same could be said for the bottom. And I'll take us to the spine of this one, and absolutely identical. The only thing that's different is literally the colour scheme. You got white instead of red. And much the same can be said for the backing. You've got red rum. Again, when you bend the light against it, every bit of detail is shown. And of course, you got the credits down the bottom. So that is the back of the box, folks. This is the inserts to this one. Now, it goes without saying, but like I said at the start of this video, all the postcards, the booklet and everything is the exact same in this release. So as you can see, look, exact same booklet with the cast and all that. So I'm not going to spend any time with that. There's no point showing it again. As you can see as well with the collector's cards. Now the envelope is somewhat different, which I can show you. But I'm not going to bother with the postcards, but trust me when I say they are the exact same as the ones that I showed on the previous release. Very, very disappointing. I'm not going to lie about that. It really, really is. So on to the steelbook, and this is definitely the best steelbook of the two. You've got the silhouette there of Ewan McGregor. Of course, you got Danny there in the middle again with the elevator doors. And Stephen King's Dr. Sleep has this lovely bit of spot glossing to it. As a matter of fact, I think the silhouette of Ewan McGregor does as well. But the rest of the steelbook is a simple matte finish. So yeah, this steelbook is a marked improvement over the last one. So I'll show you the spine of this one. And right around to the back. And once again, we have got red rum. How many times have I said that word through this entire video? And then, of course, the credits down the bottom. So I will open the steelbook up in full and let's just have a look at it. But yes, I definitely think in terms of the main artwork on this one, it is a marked improvement. And turn it around and you will notice then you've got your director's cut on Blu-ray. Unfortunately, it's only the theatrical cut on the 4K. They have a habit of doing that. I really wish they'd stop it. And then behind the 4K disc, you do have your theatrical version as well on Blu-ray. So let me just remove these discs and let me show you the artwork behind the actual discs. So again, you've got Ewan McGregor and him standing in front of that board with murder written. So that is the steelbook, folks, and that is everything that you get in terms of this release. Yes, I know I'm a bit disappointed in terms of the poster, the postcards and the booklet, but take nothing away from it. It's still a fantastic release, and I'm so happy to have it in my collection. Right, folks, so there you have it. That is my release of Dr. Sleep, and even though it does have its issues, I am still so incredibly happy to have it in my collection, my ever-growing collection of Filmarena editions, and hopefully sometime very soon I can add a few more to that amazing collection. So there you have it, folks. So as per usual, if you did like what you see here, please do give it a thumbs up, and if you could leave a comment down below, and please do share your thoughts on this movie and what you think of this edition of it. And yeah, I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.